Hey guys, I'm not gonna hold you. Thank you all for subscribing. I'm putting content back out on my gaming channel, Midnight 92. The link should be in the description below. Let's try to hit 15 likes in 24 hours. If you do that, I will make sure you get a video in a week. If you don't do that, it'll be 2 weeks again, just like it was this time. Also, I love you guys. Stay safe with the coronavirus out there and everything, and social distancing. And I might start streaming, but I'll hit y'all up on the next video if I start that. But again, I love you guys. We'll wrap. Here comes part 12. Peace.
We start part 12 with Yamato and Deku in an empty field. Yamato tells Deku that they have two main goals for their training. Goal 1 is to learn the properties of your lava style, and Goal 2 is just the basic control of it. Yamato says that he's sure that Deku will be able to gain control of it fairly easily, saying that Deku has a high aptitude for nature transformation, but that learning the properties of his lava style jutsus may take some time. Deku excitedly yells that he's ready and asks what he should do first. Yamato says that before they start, he simply wants to know, what type of ninja does Deku want to be? But before Deku can reply, Yamato clarifies that he's asking about fighting styles and not goals. Deku thinks for a while and he says that he wants to be the type of ninja who can do, well, everything. Yamato nods slowly. He says that answer makes sense, but it's also the type of thinking that will stunt Deku's growth as a ninja. He explains that there are ninjas who can do it all on the battlefield, but that even they have their specialties. He notes that Deku has been using more and more ranged attacks recently, even though he has more experience as a close-range ninja. Deku says that his original style was more of a close-range fighter, using his bow staff that was inspired by the late third, but that after him and Sakura fought with sorcery, he learned that not only did he struggle with long-range ninjas, but all of Team 7 did. He then thought of the other ninja cells and how they all seemed to match each other's style so well, and how him, Sakura, and Naruto didn't really do that at all. Deku tells him that in hindsight, all of them being trained by different teachers, where it did help them grow extremely quickly as individuals, put a chokehold on their growth as a team, and he's been slowly trying to loosen that grip. Yamato tells Deku that his insight is impressive as always, but that he shouldn't compare his team to others. Yes, Team 7 does lack the refined synergy that some of the other teams have, but all three of them are able to handle themselves as well as any Jonin. So Deku should focus on becoming the best ninja he can be. So, if that means that Team 7 has 3 close-range ninjas, then they should all make sure that they're the best 3 close-range ninjas to ever exist. And now, it's time to train. During the next few days of training, Deku and Yamato learn a few things about his lava style. First, anything that comes in contact with any parts of his jutsu burn or melt. Not only the lava, but also the soot and smoke that come from it. Also, if the lava comes in contact with a strong enough water jutsu, instead of dissipating, it turns into rock, which can then be manipulated through earth jutsu. Finally, with enough focus, Deku can control the temperature of different parts of his lava, allowing him to keep his teammates safe. In the middle of their training, a message summons Yamato and Deku to speak to Tsunade. When they all meet up, Tsunade tells them that they have intel that Sasuke has killed Orochimaru. Deku simply says he's not surprised and that the next step for Sasuke will most likely be to find Itachi. Jiraiya, who's also there, says that Deku is sharp as always and that he agrees. Kakashi says that if they're going to try to find Sasuke, that they first need to find Itachi. He then brings Kiba, Shino, and Hinata in the room and say that their team will help them with the search since they're some of the best sensory ninjas around. Everything throughout this part plays out as normal during the search. The group sees the explosion from Sasuke and Deidara's fight, and as they find a piece of Sasuke's cloth and they start searching for him, they run into Tobi. While fighting Tobi, they learn that For some reason, none of their attacks seem to play any effect, even Shino's bugs, which can track and drain people's chakras. They then learn that Sasuke found, fought, and killed Itachi. After this incident, Deku reflects on it and he wonders how anyone could possibly defeat Toby, given the fact that none of their attacks could even land on him. Shortly after returning to the village though, Tsunade and Team 7 learned that Jiraiya died in a fight versus one of the Akatsuki members named Pain. After hearing this, Naruto falls into a depression, but Deku gets angry. He's angry at the Akatsuki for taking another person he cares about, and he's also angry at himself for lacking the strength to do anything about it. He then goes to Danzo and he asks for him inside to train him. Danzo looks at him and he tells Deku that he refuses to train such an emotional child. But Deku simply calms himself, brings out his bow staff, and starts to flow his lava chakra through it. Danzo's impressed. He tells Deku he's lucky he's such an impressive asset. He then removes the bandage from over his eyes and reveals his Sharingan. He tells Deku that if he wants to improve, that he should come at him with intent to kill. For the next couple of days, Deku, Sai, and Danzo are in intense training. Not only is Deku learning how to fight against the Sharingan, which he feels like it'll be helpful for any battle he goes into, Danzo also teaches him more control over his Winjutsu and gives him insight on better ways to use his lava style as well. During the training, Deku feels the ground above them start to shake. He jumps back and he tells Danzo that they should check out what's happening above. Danzo says that he already knows what's happening because one of his ninjas has already given him the intel and that him and his squad will be waiting down below. Deku looks at Danzo in shock. He says that he knew Danzo was cold, but he always thought that he would put the village before his own goals. Danzo tells Deku to look at the big picture. The current leaders are weak, and even if the village wasn't attacked now, it would be later. It would be better for him to take lead, and after this incident, he'll surely have the leverage he needs to take control. Deku looks at Danzo with disgust and leaves without saying a word. While he's running out, Sai appears next to Danzo and asks if he should stop him. Danzo simply tells him it's okay, and that as long as his plan goes correctly, he's basically already the Hokage, and he knows that once he has that position, he'll also have Deku. When Deku gets back up to the village, all he sees around him is destruction and panic. Deku jumps in the air while using wind chakra to propel him upward. Once he gets enough height, he scans the village and he notices a group of ninjas being choked and Konohamaru hiding behind a pillar. While he starts descending back down, he starts to flow chakra through his bow stab. And once he builds up enough chakra in his arm, he throws it at the Pain, full force. The staff goes through him, finding the human path of Pain down to the ground. Before he falls all the way back to the ground, he scans the surrounding area and he actually finds Tsunade. Once he gets to the ground, he puts all his chakra into his legs and quickly runs to Tsunade's location, helping as many people as he can on the way there. But before he's able to reach Tsunade, he notices Pain in the air and all of his senses tell him that something bad is about to happen. He puts off his earth armor and braces himself for whatever might be heading his way. Suddenly, it happens. Almighty push. The force crushes the village and destroys Deku's armor in the process. Deku is able to survive this and slowly stands up. He looks around and he sees the entire village has been destroyed. At this moment though, he also notices that Naruto has returned and is fighting all of the remaining Pains. He goes to where Naruto is and when he sees him, he's shocked at Naruto's new strength and also that the Pain that he destroyed is for some reason already back. He asked Naruto how he once again jumped so far ahead of him and Naruto tells Deku that If he plans on being Hokage, that he has to at least be this strong, but it seems like Deku has also got strong enough to help the village as well. But that he should sit this fight out and simply help Tsunade and the others escape. Deku walks next to Naruto. He smiles and simply tells him no. He says he refuses to allow Naruto to hold all the weight of the village alone, and that he's also been training far too much to fall back now. He looks at the human pain path that he killed and wonder how he's back. Before he can even finish his thought though, one of the pains attacked Deku, stating that they have no need for him. But before he's even able to get close enough, Deku runs towards him and punches him with a fist enveloped in flames, burning a hole right through him. Deku then looks at Naruto and asks if he feels like he still needs to leave, and Naruto simply gives him a thumbs up. Pain states that Deku is far more of a threat than he first expected. One of the paths then summons a giant rhino, which gets thrown to the side by Naruto, and he allows his giant toes to fight it for him. Deku looks at the formation of the pains and says that he thinks the one in the back can probably heal people, but he's not sure because he remembered distinctly destroying it, so someone must have healed him as well. But Deku tells Naruto not to worry about it because he'll handle him again quickly. Deku then summons a new staff and he puts Earth Chakra around it, giving it a sharp point. He then starts to bounce around and he tells Naruto to cover his ears. Naruto looks confused, but he listens to him. As Naruto looks at Deku, he hears a giant boom and Deku is gone. Naruto and the pains are confused at what just happened, but then look backwards and notice that the pain who can heal them has been destroyed. Deku is at least 100 meters away and created a giant line in the ground for where he put his bow staff into the ground, trying to stop himself. Deku finally releases a giant sigh of relief, happy that it worked out. Naruto is shocked by the speed and strength of Deku's new move, saying that it reminds him of the Chidori, but even faster and stronger. Naruto then looks over to where Deku was standing and notices that the force actually created a giant crater. Deku then runs back towards where Naruto is, who asks him how he was able to do that. Deku explains that he simply gathered a ton of wind chakra at the sole of his feet and released it at one time, using it to propel him forward. He then looks at the pains and says there's 4 left, so they don't really have time for a full explanation. Naruto says he can't let Deku one-up him and creates a Rasha Shuriken and throws it at the pains. When they try to dodge it, it expands, destroying one of the pains. Now the only pains left are the animal path, which can summon beasts, the Predator path, which seems to have the ability to absorb chakra, and the devil path, which seems to be the leader of the group. The devil path then states that they must get rid of Deku before they'll be able to capture Naruto. The animal path summons more of his beasts and attacks Naruto as the Predator path goes after Deku. As Naruto fights the animal path, Deku and the Predator path fight. Deku throws some wind-enhanced kunai at him and the Predator path blocks them, which surprises Deku. He wonders why his attack didn't do any damage, and as they get closer, they start to fight with taijutsu. Deku dodges a right hook and moves under it, attempting to hit him with an earth-enhanced uppercut. The chakra surrounding his fist goes away as the path blocks it, and he kicks Deku back. Deku is able to dodge most of the damage by jumping back at the right time, and he figures out that his chakra seems to be getting drained. Deku then throws some more kunai at him and then drops a smoke bomb to distract him. He then puts his hand on the ground and creates a giant hole, dropping the Predator path in it. When the path tries to jump out, Deku expects this and hits him on top of the head with a bicycle kick, dropping him back down into the hole. He then fills the hole with lava, and the Predator path was unable to absorb the chakra fast enough and ends up being melted away. During this time, Naruto is just beating the animal path and rejoins Deku. Deku tells Naruto that he's almost out of chakra, but he should be able to support him, and luckily, there's only one path left. But before Naruto is able to reply, Deku is pulled towards the last path and is stabbed through the chest. When this happened, Deku starts to have tears flow down, slowly mixing with the blood on the ground that's coming from his chest. He tells Naruto that he's sorry that he was too weak to protect the village or himself. And as his vision starts to blur, he simply starts to repeat that he's sorry over and over again as the pain throws his body on the ground and Deku finally dies.